For him to perform the way he's going in this first cup, and now when he builds into the team, and feel he's at home, I'm sure he can do much better.
A couple of players from Nigeria being sent out to warm up. That's the muted applause from the crowd, perhaps feeling they need an injection of some energy in this Super Eagles side. Iban Salvador. This is good running from Ndong, and forces the corner as well. Only the third time these two teams are meeting, involved in the same qualifying group ahead of the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. It was a win in Nigeria for the Super Eagles, 2-0 against Equatorial Guinea, and then they won 1-0 away in the return fixture with Joseph Yobo scoring.
That's right. Time really flies, doesn't it?
Those were your juniors. Now these are their juniors. A header away from Afcon. Lukman, head down. Away he goes. Iwobi, lovely ball out wide. Surely now a chance for Nigeria to get into the lead. Owono makes the save. Still Lukman over the top. Goal kick it'll be. What a superb chance that was for Nigeria.
You gotta shoot. There's no room to try and square that ball. You can see the position of the goalkeeper, and then you went for it. That's what happens when he had the first chance in the first half, and he didn't utilize it, and the confidence is not there for him to go on target.
Well, some credit here for Owono, but that really was a poor effort from Zaidu Sanusi. Lukman with the follow-up, stuck it well over the top.
He's having a good game, Saidu, as well.
If it was to stay this way, a goal apiece, a draw for Nigeria in their opening game, I'm sure we will hear about it. Osimhen, another good stop. Well, this young goalkeeper has had plenty to do so far in this game, and come up trumps on several occasions to deny Nigeria an opportunity to go into the lead.
Good spreader. He came out very well, and he spread it.
Aini now. Was that a foul? Referee says yes, no advantage. Nigeria with an opportunity here. Get the set piece ball in up against Yannick.
You can feel the pressure, you can feel the goal coming. Nigeria started very well in the second half. Just keep surging forward, keeping the ball and looking for the right space to move forward.
Getting through mountains work here, Osimhen, and took that ever so well. Keeper came out. Excellent stop. 10 minutes into the second half. Lukman will take the kick. Their right-footed effort, curling away from the keeper, gets a punch to it. Long-range shot is blocked. Kept alive though. Back in. Osimhen on the chest. And the interception. Lukman once more with the left foot this time. Back post. Equatorial Guinea holding out. And there's a player down. And a stoppage just to check. These days, of course, any potential head injury must be dealt with fairly swiftly by the referee, calling the medical team on. Let's see what happened here. Up went Owono. Coach Juan Mika just having a little check. Well, they always bring colourful supporters to this tournament, do the Super Eagles. They'll be making a lot more noise, though, if their team was in the lead. We could hear a few bars of "give us a goal" shortly, I fancy.
Give us one more goal. Yeah, but you know what? Like I did say earlier, they started very well. You know, the second half, and in 10 minutes, I think they just kept the ball, keep pushing, trying to get that goal. And one will have to pull two brilliant saves to stop Nigeria going ahead.
Well, a lengthy stoppage, but back underway again here in Abidjan. Ndong to Koku. Equatorial Guinea had one warm-up game coming into this competition. They did all of their preparation at home in Malabo, took on Djibouti and drew that particular game. Nigeria were in Abu Dhabi along with several other African sides. They lost to Guinea in the only warm-up friendly they played. Not much time to have all the players together. Although FIFA rules say you can call up players up to 14 days before the start of a continental tournament, there's so much bargaining now with the clubs that not many teams have a full complement 2 weeks before the finals. Players drip in as...
Yeah, sometimes you blame, you blame the federation, the players, because the law of the game says you have to allow your players to go 2 weeks before a major tournament.
Yeah, but difficult though for the players when the club is in your one ear and the country's in the other ear.
You have to decide as a player, and for a federation, you have to send the authority, and this is the law. You have to let my player come. On the other hand, you just have to balance it because they're paying all the money.
Sure. Terry Moffi, for example, only due to arrive today, the replacement striker. Came a couple of days ago, but he was injured, so he'd stayed behind at Leicester City for... Lovely ball from Iban to Garnett. 3 players around him. This is Yannick Ndong looking for Nsweo. Got a little touch in there. Bikoro. Still Bikoro with Yannick. No way through there. There's some good defense again. Alassane Youssef involved in all of that. And Koku gets the better of Osimhen.
That's a good tussle between those two players, and Koku and Osimhen so far.
Nigeria finishing top of their qualifying group. Just the one hiccup. At home loss to Guinea-Bissau, won the other 5 matches, finished top of the table. Equatorial Guinea was second behind Tunisia in their group, but only on goal difference. They did win at home against Tunisia, which is a pretty impressive 4 wins in 6 matches to book their place here in Côte d'Ivoire.
Just looking at the substitution lineup, and I think it will be the right time for Chukwueze to come in. He's a player that can bring a bit of bite, from the flank.
Yeah, big signing, of course, in the summer with AC Milan. Coach looks like he's playing the game himself, up and down the touchline there.
That's why the player, passed the ball to him, innit?
Lookman down, we have a chance. Nigeria here from the set piece. Fighting challenge from Basile Ndong. The Super Eagles to take the lead. A goal down against Equatorial Guinea. Came back very quickly to level the score, but have not been able to find a second yet. Lukman will take it. They've got a large contingent of green in that Equatorial Guinea penalty area. Floated in, headed in Salvador.
The sun, the cloud have disappeared. The sun is back.
Yeah, the sun's back out again,
yeah.
and you can probably see that in your pictures too.
That's a worry for pull these muscles.
Well, he's been through a tremendous amount of work so far. Just over an hour played. Stretcher is out. Change the players, but once the tournament starts, no more changes allowed. So you've got to hope for Nigeria's sake that this is okay. Still no activity off the bench just yet in terms of changes.
When you look at the substitute lineup, you can't find any defensive midfielder that can hold the position the way he's been playing, because with a game like that, definitely you will love your team, but when the players perform like that, you'll be comfortable. And I hope the injury is not what will keep him away from the rest of the games. So
well, there's concern there on the face of Coach Pizzero. Now, can they patch him up and get him back on the field? We'll just see. Onyeka will drop back, of course.
And then Eribo will go in, because he's one midfield player too that he will need a game under his belt.
A more convincing scoreline. You would think that this would be the chance now for changes to be made. Yellow card for Sanusi. Is that for time wasting?
I think probably consent.
Just a caution for Bikoro in this game. Moses Simon finding it tough there, and some good strong work from Iban Salvador, one of the smaller players on the park, but he certainly gets stuck in. Now Iwobi, Lukman looking for some support. Aini gets round Ndong, good save again by the feet of Owono.
That's what I was telling you about Aini. You can see that beautiful skill from a wing back. He saw he went past at ease, and
young goalkeeper Owono certainly earning his pennies today's encounter. Now there, the possible change. Bench, Aribo on the right.
So, yeah.
Coach has said, get ready.
He keeps the ball very well. He has good distributing, in his game, and he can shoot from a distance. So I think I'm sure that's one play, will contribute a lot. But the defensive aspect of an aggression of Yusuf that we've seen, in the last 65 minutes, is what the Nigerian team will definitely be missing.
There's a reminder of the opening goal from Iban Salvador. Nigeria had a very quick response from Osimhen. Now, bad news for the Super Eagles. It looks as if Yusuf will be stretched off, and you wonder how serious this is for Nigeria. Has his hands over his head and looks quite disconsolate as Alassane Yusuf. Over the head here of Osimhen. Play on Referee now stops play. A couple of players from Equatorial Guinea down as well. This could be the moment to make the changes for Nigeria. We've seen players getting ready to come on. Aribo. It looks as if Chukwueze will come on as well, as you predicted. Yeah. So Joseph Aribo playing for Southampton these days. But first change, we'll see Moses Simon depart, being replaced by Aribo, and then Alassane Youssef, of course, stretch it off. So that means a little bit of a shift, I would think.
Yeah, that's. But you know, it's a like-to-like change with Simon and Chukwueze, and the only difference with Aribo and Yusuf, you know, is that aggression in the midfield. But you know, keeping the ball and giving those passes, I think Aribo is quite to the tax.
Onyeka. Aribo gets an early touch. Iwobi and Chukwueze losing possession early on. Pass for Nswayo that could have been a lot better from Yannick.
That was a panic, because if the pass was good, like you did say, you know, the back line was definitely beaten.
Aini, it was Chukwueze who set off just a little early. That ball had gone through, whether he would well have been pulled back for offside.
I thought the law of the game is, you know, an official on bench cannot wear the same jersey like you know, the teams. And twice the coach has received a pass from from his own players.
Well, I suppose you're your own worst enemy if you do that. So if you're silly enough to put yourself in that situation, as long as you're not wearing green. Yeah. So the water break coming with some 20 minutes left here in Group A, the second game at the Africa Cup of Nations here in Cote d'Ivoire.
When you look at the attack of players that you know, Nigeria have, you know, that's pies up front. You know, you definitely need, you know, a JJ Okocha in that midfield. You know, because you need a player who has that vision, and that's what I think Nigeria, we still lacking. When we search and get that player, a JJ Okocha, a Tim Essen, you know, a Wilson Aruma, you know, those are players that Nigeria need to get those passes.
I mean, you're talking about someone who was last in the national team probably 15 years ago. Has there been no one since then?
The number 10, Nigeria has really been struggling in number 10. When you look at our players, the more defensive midfielders than creative midfielders, you know, and it's a struggle, you know, and that's why we always say look back into the Nigerian league, because in the Nigerian league we've seen 1, 2, 3 players who can fit into that and give them that confidence, you know, of caps, and they grow into it.
Equatorial Guinea fans are certainly making themselves heard now, and quite rightly so too. 20 minutes away from holding the mighty Nigeria in what would be a fitting result for them at this tournament. Now to start delivering. Did mention that they've won their last 2 opening games at a Cup of Nations, but before that just 1 of 5 for Nigeria, so not necessarily the best of starters in this tournament.